To give things more grip, let's talk numbers. We are clearing a volume of about 250 trillion euros on an annual basis. This equals about 3 times the global GDP. And we are trading more than 5,000 terawatt hours of electricity and gas on the European Energy Exchange. That is more than the annual US.
Super mission critical to not just your organization, but across the country and the world. So a company like Deutsche Börse, one would expect is going to be more conservative moving to the cloud. But you guys have done exactly the opposite. You are very aggressive in moving to the cloud. So can you tell?
Do these things really matter to your end customers? Are these things that excites your leadership? Maybe not. These are important steps, though, and tactical outcomes that need to be reflective of something more meaningful to your business. So we probably need to take a look at success in terms of business outcomes. We've been talking about this term, digital transformation, which is.
I encourage you to check out Entrea. Now, Entrea acts as a 2-tier architecture, so it's the cluster level connectivity. And NSX will provide the connectivity and security between clusters and from container-based applications back to VMs. So taken together, we have a very, very high scale solution that can treat containers and VMs both as first-class citizens. It's not just the applications that are changing, but the infrastructure underneath it is changing too. So time was we would use hardware-based devices for critical functions like firewall IDS. However,
out there that were each person had to be a specialist on just to get things moving forward, and so cross training was a challenge at that time as well.
Well, great. So, and George over at Boeing. So you're talking a very large deployment. How this is with the stakes are high in any deployment, but by definition, larger deployments like of that size, it just makes it even that much more to deal with. But what was it that attracted your organization to say we're going to do the modern management switch now?
Yeah, that's a very good question. An organization of our size, it was definitely everyone was kind of looking around like, can we actually do this? But originally we started with a small pilot. We wanted to take a look at it for the Windows 10 management piece because for a very long time, our mobile side, everything was managed by AirWatch. It does it very well. Everyone bragged about it, but gradually things come along and said, hey, we can actually manage these Windows 10 devices. So it got to a point where there were some things that SCCM or other legacy applications we were running were just lacking in certain areas. So we wanted to start taking a look at some of this functionality. So we started up a small pilot just to look at it. But with the need being, we like the
inside vSphere or vCenter, Workspace ONE, and then ultimately you'll see over time also in NSX. A good example of this is the work we've done with vulnerability management, where that is not only exposed inside Carbon Black Cloud, it's exposed right inside vCenter. Because ultimately it's the vSphere admins that are patching and hardening those work.
Customers which Deutsche Telekom has as a leading European telco. That's my commitment, and I'm sure we're going to have success in the future.
Well, Tim, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to when we might do a ski trip together, when we might go golfing together, but most importantly, how we and our companies are working together to improve the lives of every human on the planet. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tim.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Telcos are no longer just basic connectivity providers. With the emergence of 5G, they have an opportunity to break out of that mold and reinvent themselves, develop new business models, and engage with the larger innovation ecosystem to deliver new services that are more germane in the digital world. This transformation requires a virtual